Previously on Sidelined.
If I was a male athlete, I say it with a little bit of venom.
If I was a male athlete, I would be a lot less stressed.
I don't think we're being judged as an athlete. I think we're being judged on being a woman, which is off the bat unfair.
I leave training and go straight to work, and most of us do that.
To be able to pay my mortgage, I have a full-time job.
We're not getting paid what we're worth compared to the males. There's no way that we're where we need to be, and there's no way we should be grateful for what we have.
I think it's just tough, you know, when you live in a world where you were never supposed to thrive anyway.
Action, Sydney and Melbourne from the Harbour City, and the Boomers straight into it through Madgen. The perfect start. Open. Madgen even more open. But George with the rebound wants to go at Pizzy and one. Big, but it's a perfect pre-Christmas road trip for the Deakin Melbourne Boomers. 3 games for 3 wins.
It was like, boy, the Boomers are the real deal.
I think coming back 4 months after a baby is pretty crazy.
I don't even know what type of mom I would be, but it's just like if I had to envision Carly.
Like leaving the house in the morning, it's not just packing my own bag, it's what does Kylan need? His bottle's ready, got all his stuff packed for the day.
As a female athlete, we either have to sacrifice playing sport or having a family, and it's hard.
We're in really good shape. Like, we're looking really sharp. Love how our team's coming together.
Melbourne have managed just one solitary point this quarter. The Adelaide Lightning get it done on their home deck, 65 to 53.
I'm just announcing to all of you today that it's my 9th season, but it's also my final season coaching the club.
It's the end of an era.
It's a lot of pressure to say, it's guys last year, championship, 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 we have to win it, we have to win it, we have to win it, like it's a lot.
Townsville, hang on! They're off to the grand final!
There's a clear, healthy rivalry between Townsville and the Melbourne Boomers.
Together on 3, 1, 2, 3, together!
It's Townsville and the Boomers, and away we go in the boombox. So hot start for Melbourne.
Well, so far they look like they brought their A game today.
Momentum totally with the road team. Nicholson for the go-ahead bucket. She knocks it down. Townsville complete the comeback of the season.
Is this really happening? I mean, we had the best lead. We had a huge lead at the half.
Feels like they have these stretches in games where they just go ice cold.
You've got to understand that people think that we have a soft underbelly. It's time for this team to damn well perform under pressure. We kind of let ourselves down for what we know we can accomplish. The great thing about our team is we don't do that twice in a row. We bounce back. We always do. We always will. All right, now Townsville for a season and that game, kind of feeling like they've got the wood on us, but I know that our motivation will be there, and I think that our method is there, that we'll get it done. We just let them escape. All right, so our objective this week is we want to get better at a couple of things. We know that we've got the professionals here. We'll respond, we'll bring it back together, and we'll go after and get this game on Sunday. Excellent. First cut's hard. Nice job. Answer in, DP's going to do some extra work.
Together on 3, 1, 2, 3, together!
So again, you know, they can celebrate it. We get a chance to get it back on them. But the point we've got to learn from that is be damn well disciplined in our spacing. Be disciplined with how we treat every dribble penetration as an offense. Every pick and pop is an offense in itself. And we've got to work hard and get to our floor spots and then let your skills take over. We have to work really hard for our spacing against this team. We get that right, it'll be a lot more like how the first half was. You know, I think we probably missed 4 or 5 layups off flex cuts through this game because We just didn't have that belief that we're going to cut to score or quite that confidence to throw the pass. And I just want to really encourage you guys to say, you've done enough drill work. Let's really start looking for that stuff now, and we can really improve it as we go through this next phase. We're going up there with a purpose, ladies. We're going to get this game back. Okay, let's get
in the beautiful Queensland tropics, with the Townsville Fire hosting the Melbourne Boomers at the Townsville Entertainment Centre. Now Shannon Seabomb's girls face a tough task against the Melbourne Boomers, who only only about a week ago went down to the Fire after a fourth quarter capitulation. Can the Boomers get some revenge, or can Townsville continue their great ride against the Melbourne Boomers? As the game is underway, round 9, WNBL clash between the Fire and the Boomers, two cracking teams, two teams that have been right up there in recent seasons. Mitchell slipped on the floor, still an opportunity for George from the corner, well short the first 3 attempts. Mitchell, terrific O-board and the first points of the game for former Fire player. Magbegal, George, really good open look for 3, and Kayla G hits the 3. As Mitchell and Magbegal linking up, and Ezzy at her best, working her way inside and getting the 2. As Billings works her way inside, gets the first bucket, and she has a chance to make it 3 points. Risky pass there from Reed across the perimeter. Payne loves a 3. Also does Mia Murray, the veteran from the corner. That never looked like missing. Terrific fight back this from the Fire. She's on the floor. Akuzo backing down, and too good there for Carly Ernst. Lovely left-hand finish. Sutton keeps her feet. Payne again for 3. She's feeling it from deep. She'll have the final say of this quarter, you say. And gosh, they need a bucket here. She comes up with a turnaround, but can't get it to go. That is a terrific second quarter fight back. They were down by as much as 13. Boomers 34. The Townsville Fire 31.
This is where we overcome, right here, right now. Start of the third quarter.
Okay, nice job there, girls. Good stuff. Okay. Remember to help the guards out where we need. Throw back to the 4-man. The 4-man can bring it up and get us into push 2, that kind of stuff. So that's easy to do. Hey, we owe these guys. Come on. Let's go.
Together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Together.
And the Boomers, the Fire were down by as much as 13 during the second quarter, but now Steph there within 1. You have to say they're a huge chance of knocking off the Boomers for a second consecutive week. A 3-point ball game as the second half gets underway from tropical Queensland. 2 big blocks from Magbegal today, then at the other end she stampedes her way through. Wanting a screen here from Billings. Somehow works out, and Billings puts it in, and the Fire hit the lead for the first time tonight. Mitchell for George, loves this spot, and Kayla George comes up with a big 2 and gives the Boomers back the lead.
And you just feel like it's anyone's game at the minute. There's no team that's really overrunning the other one. The momentum swing just is from play to play.
George. Inside for Magbegal. She's been the difference in this game. And the Melbourne Boomers are going to escape with a victory in Townsville. They were severely challenged by the Townsville Fire. But the Boomers' star-studded starters come up big and register a 66-59 victory over the Townsville Fire in a cracking way, Steph Blitzarves, to finish round 9 of the competition.
Oh, thank God. Thank God the baby's here.
Is it hard being that funny all the time?
Don't encourage her, please.
Effortless.
What did you say? Yeah, I am.
So a few things we need to just celebrate in the win. First of all, contribution of all our benchies was enormous tonight.
Yeah.
That's enormous, ladies. Really proud of the effort. All right, great win. That's a really good win.
Finally, the boogeyman's been put to bed once and for all. Done and dusted. Townsville, in the past. We're moving forward.
So this year, the WNBL has brought in an Indigenous round for the first time in 41 years. Previously, there have been individual teams that have done something, but as a league, they've brought in for the first time in 41 years. So I'm hoping that this stays and continues to be the norm, to have an Indigenous round. I'm really excited to get involved, really passionate in this space to learn and help educate other people, because this nation certainly needs to continue to learn in this space. So my husband, who I met in Cairns in 2011, Kailu George, so he is from Dunley Island. So he's from the Torres Straits. He was born and raised in Cairns, and I've been immersed in their family for over 10 years, and it's beautiful. That's my connection. Come on, everybody.
So my name is Kailu George. I live in Cairns, up North Queensland. I am Kailu's husband.
Are you? Oh.
I'm Indigenous. I'm from up the Torres Strait Islands, Eastern Islands, up in Erub, which is called Dunley Island for English. It's definitely what Kayla said before. It's like a ripple effect of what's going to happen and coming through the WNBA. I think it's WNBL. Sorry, I think it's a massive change, and it's going to just open up doors for everyone, especially the ladies, the Indigenous girls, and because there's talents coming right through and through. So it'll be a really good opportunity for everyone.
Yeah, I just think you can't be what you can't see, as cliche as that is. So not only do female sports need more media attention, but also in the Indigenous space we need to continue these conversations, and I think having an Indigenous round continues to create conversations that shows these Indigenous girls, that we're representing who they are with what we're doing in the league, and that, hopefully they aspire to come and be a part of the Indigenous round as a player one day, and be superstars of the league, which I'm sure that there will be in the near future.
No, I'm very proud of her, what she's accomplished in her life. So, and everything that she does doesn't go unseen too. So, I'm a very proud husband.
So because of Indigenous round, we had an artist, Melinda Kennedy from Wadawurrung country here in Victoria, come and explain our jersey artwork, which was super incredible.
That's how I say it. Yeah.
Hi.
Lovely to meet you. Hi, Tony. Melinda.
Nice to meet you, Melinda. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Are we good to go? Yep. All right, guys.
Oh, no, you're right. You can go down if you want.
First of all, before we start, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that we stand on and their leaders past, present and emerging, and recognise any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander members here today. And now I'd like to introduce you guys to Melinda, who has designed our amazing Indigenous uniforms for the 19th next weekend. We also have Auntie Glenda here. Just give us a wave, Auntie Glenda. And we've got Kitty here as well. So, go nuts.
Okay, thank you. So welcome everyone, and thank you for that lovely acknowledgement here on Wurundjeri country. My country is Wadawurrung, and Wadawurrung is from the Werribee River to Pangalat Creek, and we have 2 Deakin campuses on there, which is the Warn Ponds as well as the city campus. But I thought of a team and how that actually coincides with how I feel, and how in culture it's so important that we have not just one woman, we have many from all ages, and children are equally important in our culture. So when I thought of that, I looked at the language name, and I'll get to the end of that meaning, which is Murunguruk. The Murunguruk means the leader or the wise woman. So that's the name of the top, is Murunguruk. And this is a beleng. A beleng is a netted basket or bag that we carried most of our things along with us, and we made these. I made this one with an auntie. In women, it's about a team, and so this was representative of what we're carrying and what my ancestors carried, and also how important it is to still have these items today. So it's important that these traditions carry on, because I'm not sure if anyone is aware this was illegal. To have these items, I'm not going to cry, but to have these items or to do these practices were illegal in Australia. So it wasn't that we decided that it was over for us, it was decided for us. So now for you to have that representation on your top to say, I carry a lot of stuff, but hey, I'm deadly as. So I hope you like that presentation on what all of those mean, and I hope that you carry it proud and understand it's more than just a top. It's actually important in so many ways that we represent the women that weren't able to create. So that's why all of those things have been created for the top. So thank you so much.
She was really cool. Really cool.
We'll go Lauren Hippolyte. Lauren Hippolyte.
Bells, come on down. Belle and Evan Brown. So we are so grateful and blessed to be able to wear this, and we are really looking forward to the game, to be able to rock this empowering jersey and design. So thank you so much. This is for you.
Oh, thank you.
And could you actually have one for you as well? Or the most simplest one that I would hope to achieve would just be conversations. To start conversations. I think it's really important, because that's where we need to head. We need to have conversations, and really constructive ones, with people asking questions and wanting to know knowledge and context to be able to share that with other people that ask questions. I think even just from our jerseys, oh, what does that mean? I wonder what that means. Like, how cool is that? Like, yeah, it is pretty cool, because this is what the Indigenous women were doing. This is what our jersey represents in this pattern here, and this is like, that's those type of questions. It's like, oh, wow, that's so intriguing. Yeah, that's what the First Nations people were doing. It's really powerful. It's super powerful.
Yes. It's got to be a great result. Never the same.
Righto, is there anything that anyone wants me to particularly go through? Hopefully that all makes tons of sense to everyone. Again, multiple choice tests. We prove them wrong, and we've got patience, and we practice the shots that we take over and over again. They're not going to stay with us. There's going to come a point that we'll get to them, right? And that's about our maturity, and if we're prepared to work with each other and find that point, we're going to be in good shape. Okay, you guys have your own time here now. Let's enjoy this game. You know, put it all out there, connect really well, make sure our energy is great through warm-up, connecting, enthusiastic on the bench. Everyone's got an important job to do. All right, let's have a good one.
Certainly, their group is very strong. They've got a good bench, and wow, I don't know who to pick for this game. It'll be interesting to see which team sort of settles into the game first, settles into their rhythm, what they want to do offensively and what they want to do defensively, and that's a great start for Sykes getting that steal.
Speaking of explosive, here's Allen, pass to Magbagor. Lovely look, lovely finish too. Vihio's on for Mitchell. She grabs it and goes. She's got George, goes to Imagine, but Smart able to cut it off.
Oh, even better is the drive by Lindsay Allen. The waves just parted and she went straight to that left-hand layup.
Imagine, she's had an electric start and scoops that one in as well. Tess Imagine's come alive. George spins her opponent around and the crowd loved that one. Mitchell, guarded by Smart. Over to Magbagor, another great look and another great look to Ernst. There's great looks all around from the Boomers.
10 points now for the Caps.
Allen just got interrupted on the shot, and now the Caps are off here through Griffin. Foul called. Allen pushing hard against Smart, gets herself some separation and finds Magbagor. So Mitchell driving now through the paint. Tough finish. And Tiff Mitchell gets herself into this game. Melbourne get the momentum back. Timeout called. Magbagor just glides through the paint.
Oh, glide is a great word, Julia.
They're in for another three here. This time it's Imagine on the end of it. This is a prolific display from the Boomers. Tess Imagine is dominating this ball game. Melbourne is dominating this ball game. What a performance from the home side at halftime. 61 Boomers, 25 Caps.
Hey, regardless of the score, like, we get better today. This second half doesn't go sloppy. There's still a bunch of talented women that can fucking hoop, right? So they'll come out, there'll be momentum changes, but we have to play a solid basketball style to prep us for these next games, right? Like, let's not back up here.
Gee, that was impressive basketball, ladies. Awesome, you know, bloody impressive. Great job. And it was interesting, like when we set the tone early, because you set the tone early with your focus on doing little things well and paying attention to detail. And you can't let them off that hook now. So it's really important mentally that we kind of reset the scores and focus on what our standard's going to be. Okay, let's go. 0-0. Let's reset, restart.
Caps have a lot of work to do, down by 36.
Caps, there seemed to be a bit more talking on defense.
As Griffin puts the spin cycle on, gets her own board. They're still in it here. Great dump pass to Ellen. Big shot clock might have run out. Or are they going to count it? I reckon they might.
I think they...
Magbagor pulls down the rebound. Mitchell, long three, great. Long two, I should say, it was great. Switches hands, goes to the two and gets that one to go as well. You can see the three-point differential. Caps 23%. Melbourne a whole lot better as George lands another one. This is is unbelievable three-point shooting from the Boomers. Sykes gets the tough finish. A lot of talk out there from both teams for varying reasons.
Oh, great second effort by Luke Brown.
Over to Werns. Nails that shot. Looked quite flat, but somehow went in. One of those days for the Boomers. And Scanlon gets herself to the basket. Gets around to pay over to Brewster, and that one goes down as well. Three. Can't quite jam it in, and Brown's just happy to hold things up, and why not? Because it's been a critical performance from the Melbourne Boomers on the eve of the WNBL Finals. Final score 107 Melbourne, 52 Canberra.
But they've been on a real roller coaster ride, so it's up and down, but when they come out and play the way they did, watch out. There's not a lot of teams that I think could stop them because they have all the ingredients. They've got it.
Oh, I couldn't tell you were in a zone at all. No, it was like the fucking ring was a hula hoop. It was like, fuck! I was just standing in Norma a lot of the time, like... no, what's happening for me? Should we have? Till the guy comes in? Yeah. Quick.
Fuck, where are all the girls?
Surprise!
Yeah,
Hello?
with a sore neck.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I tried it the first time.
We've had a 5-year finals run, and it's been a lot of you, maybe half of you in this group have been there for that period of time. And I've always felt that for us to win through to one of those championships, we were going to have to do something special, because the teams that ultimately won it, I just thought that they had a little bit more depth, they had a little bit more whatever, and in a 3-game series it was going to be hard for us to get to there. Now, that is absolutely not the case with this team.
It was a massive game, that last game against Canberra. Boomers ended up thumping Canberra, which guaranteed them a top 2 finish. And now we just had to sit back and watch Perth play Townsville. If Perth won, they finished top. If Townsville, our old nemesis, won, then Boomers finished top. Now, Perth are humming along, and no one in their right mind would think that they're going to lose to Townsville.
And the WNBL minor premiership on the line. Perth with a chance to finish top and claim home court advantage throughout the finals. Townsville aim to spoil the party. The final game of the home and away season is underway. It's the Fire and the Lynx at Townsville Stadium. We said at the start of the day, Townsville can play with a freedom this afternoon. Nothing to lose for them. This is like their grand final, a chance to impact the final series, knock off the top team and finish in style. Young. What a way for the Townsville Fire to finish their season. They deny Perth the minor premiership, end their campaign on a high. And congratulations to the Melbourne Boomers. They are minor premiers for the first time since their 2010-11 championship season. Right, so let's have a look at our finals bracket. Finally it's set in stone. We got there in the end, and the Melbourne Boomers finished top for the first time since their championship season of 2011. They will take on Adelaide in the first semi-final series. 2 of those games to be in Melbourne. The middle game, game 2, to be in Adelaide. And then in the other semi-final, it's Perth versus the Capitals, with home court advantage going to the Lynx.
And notwithstanding a lot of the great basketball that we play, the approach to Adelaide, I guess we're a little bit in a scramble because we thought we would be playing Canberra up until last night. So we're kind of just quickly turning that around in terms of getting ready for Adelaide. You know, it's playoff basketball. We know we're going to have to guard really well, but I'm also hoping that we can keep our offensive momentum going Interestingly, we're the only team in the top 4 now going into the finals on the back of a winning performance. The others are coming off 1 or more losses, which is interesting. That's a great opportunity for us in itself, so that really helps things out.
It's game 1 of the WNBL semi-final series between the Deakin Melbourne Boomers and the Adelaide Lightning at Parkville. A best of 3 to determine who will progress to the grand final. Adelaide away to a bright start. Steph Talbot with 6 early points. She gets the turnaround jumper to go. Allen looking sharp early for Melbourne. 4 early points of her own, but it's the Lightning making the early running when Whittle's buzzer beater hands the visitors a 13-point quarter-time lead. Izzy Magbagor needs to get busy because the Lightning are on song. Ortlep drains the 3, then Williams with the floater, and it's a 15-point lead. Melbourne with some work to do. Allen to Ernst, and Carley's on the board. But here's Williams for 3 more. Adelaide rolling. Tiff Mitchell brings it back to 10 points. And when Madgen drains another, the comeback is on. Ezzy with the finish. Suddenly it's a 5-point game. Mitchell having a super season. Ties it up with just 2.5 to play in the 3rd. Can the Boomers at the front? You betcha, Madgen from long range, and George makes it a 3-point advantage. Now it's Adelaide under the pump. It's all Boomers early in the 4th. Melbourne finding their mojo. It's one-way traffic as the margin blows out to 20. A clinical second-half performance. The Lightning blown off the court as Melbourne rocket away to a 31-point win, 63-17 after half-time.
Big dogs out here. You already know what we're doing.
So it's do or die for the Adelaide Lightning. They must win game 2 to keep their season alive. But the Boomers with all the momentum from game 1. Ezzy on the board early. Melbourne up by 4. Williams responds from long range. And then Whittle makes a couple and the Lightning have the lead. Tess feeds Kayla. And the Boomers are hanging in. Deficit back to 5. Magbagor, the athleticism. Melbourne finding their rhythm. Mitchell, the ankle breaker on Talbot. The Boomers are rolling. Ezzy off the glass. Melbourne in front. Adelaide to respond. And up steps Talbot to keep them in touch. But the Boomers are starting to feel it. Madgen with the triple. The Lightning fighting for their season. George, the long bomb. Ernst, the putback. The 2 teams exchanging baskets as Talbot beats the 3/4 time buzzer. 4-point game. All or nothing for Adelaide. Ezzy doing her best to make it the ladder. Ernst gets the drop. And the Boomers put the foot down. Madgen, George, dagger. Melbourne making their move. Alana with the response. Adelaide fight on. Guy knows his team's close, and they just get a bit closer when Mitchell drains the shot. Then Allen buries another. Melbourne irresistible, and they break the game open. A little bit of work to do on the celebrations, but no harm, no foul. The Deakin Melbourne Boomers through to their first WNBL Grand Final since 2018. They sweep the Lightning. They'll head to the best of 3 series with home court advantage. And tears of joy for the Melbourne players who move a step closer to their first title. The Boomers getting the job done in Adelaide. They're 2 wins away from their first championship since 2011.
Okay, hey, that was an amazing second half. Couldn't be more proud of everyone. Hey, we're in the grand final.
And now it's the first grand final in a decade for Melbourne Boomers. I mean, that's huge. But we all know it's not going to be easy. Perth are just an incredible ball club. And we're going to have to be playing the best hoop that we have all year to beat them.
Jake, so I can leave you alone so you can do your job. Could you maybe summarise in 60 seconds what's gone on in the last 24, 48, Maybe away from the toilet. But
What, your executive bathroom?
Let's start from Saturday night. Saturday night, we win the semi-final. We're placed in the grand final. First time in 10 years. We're all very excited about it. Sunday, I got a call at 7:30 to say, hey, Caps have tested positive. There's a chance the game won't be played today. It'll probably go ahead. 3 hours later, all of a sudden, whole team's out. They might still play tomorrow, as in Monday. They might play Tuesday. Another few hours later, 8 players are out, so the game's off. The game's getting pushed back a week. We've pushed all our grand final prep back a week. All of a sudden, fast forward 2 days. Caps might not play a game Tuesday night. Wednesday morning, wake up to some messages going, hey, there's a possibility Caps might not play. You need to be ready to go on Saturday. There was a deadline at 12 p.m. for the Caps to make a call. Went to 1 p.m, went to 1:30. It's now almost 2 o'clock and we got the call that the Caps are out. So now we're playing the grand final with 3 days' notice, which is just ridiculous. So we've gone from made the grand final, playing in the second, playing in the ninth, playing in the second, possibly playing in the ninth, now definitely playing in the second. It's been fun.
Does that make sense, everybody?
We're in the grand final.
It's just, when you say it, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, you put it in words, it doesn't... people wouldn't... If it wasn't real, people wouldn't believe it.
No. We do have the best 2 teams in the game, but it was an unusual way of getting here in what happened in the semi-final series between the Perth Lynx and the Canberra Capitals. The first game was completed. The Lynx won that by 14 points. And because of a COVID outbreak, unfortunately, we weren't able to complete the remainder of the series. So as a result, the Lynx win game 1 and they go through to play the Melbourne Boomers.
Yeah, I feel great about the game, really excited. Should be a great series, looking forward to it. The end of the journey, you know, if that point comes somewhere in the middle of that or at the end of that, then, you know, I'll reflect upon that at the time. But probably more than anything at the moment, it's just how do we win through this series.
I don't think there's any added pressure of us being the favourites as such. I think Perth were on the top of the ladder for the majority of the year, so I think it'll be a really great contest. I don't look at us as favourites, I look at it as a really great final series, and I'm not feeling any added pressure in that favourite aspect because, you know, we're just going to come out here and have some fun, and that's not really what I'm thinking about. So yeah, like I said, Perth are on top of the ladder for the majority of the season, so I think if anyone's going to be a favourite, it probably would be them. Oh my God, we got like 3 seconds in, that was great.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. All right, we're all voted out. Yeah, go again. I'm running late.
We're playing in a grand final series and we've been on the news once for about 5 seconds, and Jack's team, Jack plays for Collingwood, you know, one of the biggest sporting teams in Australia, and he's on there for... They're on there for going to get an X-ray or an MRI or something. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
You know, sometimes I listen to the radio or watch the news and they have this, like, obscure sporting reference, like so-and-so in the AFL has strained their calf.
For things to change, I believe exposure would help a lot.
I understand business. I understand how these things work, what comes first, the chicken or the egg. We can't just go and pay all these women athletes what we think they deserve to be paid because it's centred around sponsorship and TV rights and viewership or whatever, you know, and if that's not there, we can't afford to just print money out of nowhere to pay athletes. But media attention, why can't the media talk more about women's sport?
Obviously exposure and just like watching the women's game. I think if we have more people watch, then obviously there will be more people that want to invest in the game. So I think that's what it comes down to, just being able to have people see the game and think, you know, hey, they're doing the same thing that men do, and hopefully we can grow the game in that way.
This is the biggest game of the year. Melbourne Boomers have finally made the championship grand final series, first time in a decade. Fantastic stories to be told from the Lynx to the Boomers, stories everywhere. But there was zero media traction. I mean, what do we have to do? So this is it. This is the big one. Who's going to take the chockies?
Melbourne, Victoria, the sporting capital of the world. It is the city which plays host to Game 1 of the WNBL Grand Final Series between the Melbourne Boomers and another team from a sporting mad city in the Perth Lynx. It's been almost 30 years since their last championship, while it's just a 10-year wait for the Boomers at home in the Boombox. The Boomers and the Lynx coming.
I think Melbourne Boomers have gone to an extra level in terms of their depth, the way they're playing, and also their tenacity and grit. We saw that against Adelaide Lightning in the semi-finals. They were able to find that with that set in Game 1 when that 64 to 17 point turnaround. I think it's going to be such a close contest, and I'm so excited to see how this one plays out.
All right, just make sure you read through. We're in a great place. We're in great shape. We know exactly what it is we've got to do. Everybody knows what their job is. We've worked so hard to get to this point, and it is about us, and it is about our standards, and let's just go and get our job done today. I think we're going to have a really good game. We've got a great feel about this one. It's normal to be nervous, settle into what we want to do early, and let's be damn well ruthless about having a great first half, right, in this very first game. Okay, let's go.
Very quiet though as well. That was the quietest it's been in it. Yeah.
Let the ride begin for the WNBL Championship, and Perth win the opening tip. And in the passing lane is Tiff Mitchell, who gets an early steal, and as a result lays it in transition to Magin in her first Grand Final series. First year with the Lynx, off the dribble, Mabry.
Whoa, three-point line, and there we go. We spoke about it, that mid-range pull-up. You mentioned it.
Magin off the pick, pulls up inside, rattles out, scraps after her own board. She's got her back on the baseline, a turnover. Here's McNichol down low off the glass. Can't get it to go. Given the cushion to George, to Magin. Gets the clean look, just rattles out again. Out to Magin for three, left it short.
But we cannot say that we're fair income when we make one of the two biggest points for the game, that we go to the boards, and we don't go to the boards. You're not going. You're not going. Two of their putback scores because we didn't block out. We've got at least four going. It's not, do I go or don't I go? You're going. Right? Second shot.
It's a Jenny screen as Allen pulls up, left it short. Well, Mitchell fights on, feeds it to right and right off the glass to the bucket. Here's Mabry. Oh, get that out of here. Ezzy McNichol just swats it away. Scherf with the handoff to Whitcomb, back to Scherf. They link up again for the easy make. Mabry with three of these already. She now has four makes from long range.
Game about the Boomers and their defense, and that's what they've been known for all season, but we're not seeing it right now. There's too many breakdowns, the scouts not being...
Oh, Young, the tough mate. and one to come.
I'm waiting for someone to step up. Is it going to be Kayla George? Is it going to be Ezzy Magbagor? Is it going to be Tess Madgen? Who's going to step up from the Boomers that's got the more experience, a bit more veteran type about them, and put this team on their back and try and claw back this pretty tough margin?
Obord Magbagor in the putback. Final shot of the half. And isn't that fitting? Bucket for Perth, right on the buzzer. And they are a fire that cannot be put out here. 60-32 in a half of basketball. They lead the Boomers by 28 in game 1 of the grand final series.
Okay, ladies, what's going on? I don't have a magic pill. I don't have a magic solution, because all the, like the 10 commandments of basketball, we're not doing any of them. So I can't come in and say, let's do this and let's do that, because it's not going to matter a shit. Are we going to play to our habits, or aren't we? Now we've got our asses kicked. No, there's nothing we can do about it now. It is absolutely everything about how we choose to respond. Absolutely about everything how we choose to respond.
To be honest, some of the shots they've taken have been actually quite good. They just haven't dropped.
Second half action underway. They get the first bucket of the second half.
Ezzy's obviously a big focus for them and has been in the first half as well, and hopefully that will continue. But
Tiff Mitchell with the mate, just Melbourne's second mate 3. Scherf out to Garvin, clean look. It's really a bit of a psychological challenge as well. You'd rather be the team playing in front, but grand final game.
Okay, so we're going to have Tess and Izzy. I don't care who it is. If we can throw it to there and now come off, and then go back and get it again, turn tight or kick it. All right, and then get to second side action. So better spacing. Continue to move the ball. Come on,
Here we go, let's defense. That's 3-1-3 defense.
Garvin bangs down the straight-on dribble.
Way too open, Darcy Garvin there, not a hand.
Ernst to Allen, behind the back, takes it to the rack. Lindsay Allen with a highlight for the home team.
And that's what I think, you know, could bring Melbourne back into this game. Just some high pick and roll with Lindsay Allen and make her let her make decisions. But
you know, I love what Tess is doing there, but maybe throw a press, throw some zone, do something different.
As Allen shoots a 3 in transition.
The game might be over, but momentum's not. And if they're going to be any chance to go to Perth, where we know Perth are so tough, they need some momentum in this last 5 minutes. Forget the scoreline. They need to pack down and lock in for the next 5. Get some momentum to head over to Perth with some kind of confidence.
Tiff Mitchell not overly happy with the call, but they get a bucket.
I'm not really sure anybody would have predicted this, Corbin and Jenny. I mean, I think it was always hard to pick a winner, but I think we all thought it was going to be a really close, highly contested game.
And have blown the Melbourne Boomers out of their own gem. The Lynx are 40 minutes away from delivering Perth their first WNBL championship in 30 years. They win wide in game 1. The Lynx 97, the Boomers 71.
Hey guys, quick, bring it in. We've got to forget this real quick. This is serious. We've still got this. It's still about us. Let's fucking go. Together on 3, 1, 2, 3, together.
Whew. No one saw that coming. Not anyone in their right mind thought the Boomers were going to lose their first home game of the grand final series. But they did. Now they've got to regroup, and I know guys got something special planned for game 2.
You know, we need to see some ferocity, not a timeout. Girls, can we please rebound? Are you kidding me? No, that ain't happening. This is a grand final. What are we about, Boomers? What are we about? You understand? No more corrections. We're going to just get shit done. I can't give you anything else unless you find a competitor inside you.